Kaspa holders, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Love each and every one of you guys. But yeah, without further ado, let's see what's happening with CAS and of course what we could be expecting. So looking across the market, we are seeing the broader market up right now, and I'm sure no one is complaining. As far as Kaspa is concerned, up 6.2%. So far, guys, fingers crossed. Like I said earlier, we've pretty much been speaking about this day in, day out. Kaspa has been showing us something we haven't really seen for quite some time. And what I'm really referring to is that it's actually reacting in a positive way, to this overall market momentum. Usually, we have seen in the past, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this. When you do tend to see the likes of the broader market bouncing, you do tend to see Kaspa not really reacting, but as of now it has been, and this is something we should not be ignoring. So Kaspa up 6.2%, but the broader market is up right now as well. But yeah, if you're looking at it over the last 1 week, Kaspa up 16.1%, which of course is amazing to see. Price 7.726 cents. Up 5.3% in Bitcoin, comparative valuation almost at $2 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $59 million. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So I did mention this in my H-bar update. I know, some people only watch specifically these Kaspa updates. So of course, we're going to talk about what has been happening for the dominance. Dominance made its way down to the likes of 61.43%. So, it is pulling down. So obviously, people are going to be jumping around saying, this is amazing, dominance is pulling down. Yes, even though it is amazing for the dominance to pull down right now, because in terms of Bitcoin hasn't really seen any crazy moves. Even though we're back in the 38.2, Bitcoin really hasn't seen a major move towards the upside. It's pretty much still ranging around this 83K mark. But pretty much what's interesting here is that the dominance has pulled down, which of course is a real catalyst, in my opinion, right now for us to see a lot of green across the altcoin market. And this is why I tell you guys on a day-to-day basis that you don't want to be ignoring the Bitcoin dominance index. But like I said, BTC in the 38.2, which of course is nice to see, even though we've seen multiple retests below that, but you are seeing the price, recovering back into the 38.2 quite fast, which of course is something we shouldn't really be ignoring. But in a grand scheme of things, we really want to see the price of Bitcoin breaking above 85K and start heading towards, the main level that we've been speaking about, which is the 23.6. Obviously, FOMC meeting coming up. We'll see how that goes. If an interest rate cut does happen, I do believe market reacts in a positive way. But looking at, the price of Kaspa, like I said, it's ranging really nicely. As you can see this for yourself right now, as the price of CAS is trying to break out above the 7.7 cents, we do have significant amount of resistance coming in its way. It actually dates back to 2023. Literally, dates back to 2023 level. You can see this for yourself. So, if this resistance is able to break out, I've been telling you guys this for, quite some time over the last few updates. This blue zone is still the target. And I still do believe that, this is something that, we do see Kaspa reclaiming back above. Of course, people want to see, and I was reading some of the comments, people want to see, Crypto ZX, why are you not talking about 20 cents? Like, come on, guys, that's literally the all-time high pretty much. We don't want to be, on my channel, I don't talk about all-time highs. I try to, when it comes to technical analysis, we want to be looking at the shorter perspective, right? Your shorter time targets, rather than just, focusing on the, the all-time high, which again is 21 cents almost. So, obviously we have long ways to go. We need to set some confirmations and we need to look for the trend. And as of now, the trend is on the side of Kaspa, believe it or not, just based off of the thing, the way it's holding right now. So as of now, of course, we have long ways to go. Still need to be waiting for these levels, but I'm liking how, we're still consolidating within this range. And I do anticipate in the next few hours, if we do see dominance pulling down lower and Bitcoin start heading towards the 85K range, I do anticipate, Kaspa starts heading up to the likes of that 9 cents price point. But again, one step at a time. Let me know down below what you guys think. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.